welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher. So let's jump right into it. We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. What is going on, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and I want to thank you guys for joining me for another video here on the channel. Today I have an awesome unboxing all the way from the United Kingdom. That's right. Before we get started in this video, I want to remind you guys, if you're not a current subscriber of the channel, we are almost at 4,000 subs, and I am giving away an awesome Thanos diorama from Diamond Select Toys to one lucky subscriber. So do yourself a favor and hit that sub button. I also want you to smash the hell out of that like button. Let's get this video up to 100 likes so we can get this one out to all the community members on YouTube. With that said, guys, my channel members know what this book is. I told them, and I do this once a month, once every couple of months, saying these are a few books that I'm looking for right now. If you're interested as well, go ahead, pull the trigger. I give price analysis on those books to see what I'm willing to pay, what they're going for. So if you're interested in becoming a member, the mighty level of membership, which is $4.99 a month, I let them know ahead of time what I'm looking to buy. But either way, I have this unboxing. I got this book all the way from the United Kingdom off a seller on eBay, believe it or not. So what I did was I reached out to the seller when I saw this book, and it is a low-grade book. My first Golden Age book, by the way. So we're going to unbox this thing together. And I said, listen, what is the lowest you're going to take for this book? And he shot me a number, and I said, all right. He's like, well, you know, I could do a little bit better. Gave me a number of $1,200. I said, listen, I think that's a little bit too much. Let me just think on it a little bit. Actually ended up waiting almost a couple of weeks. I finally sent him an email back. I said, listen, this is what I'm comfortable paying. I paid $1,000 for this book. I may have overpaid a little bit, might have not. Regardless, when I did my research, I thought it was right about what this book was going for at this grade, and it is a very low grade copy of this one. But hey, I wanted this book, or one of 3 in my collection, so I bit the bullet and had this thing shipped all the way from the United Kingdom, and I am super stoked to finally open this bad boy up. Like I said, this is my first Golden Age book I've had in my collection that I think is a keeper. I've owned one other Golden Age book before, and I sold it off pretty quickly, not thinking it was worth it. But this one, I think, after looking for a while and finally getting a deal on this book, which I thought was fair, I said now's the time to go ahead and pounce on it. So like I said, channel members, you guys know what this is. You guys know what to expect. So let's open this bad boy up. Holy crap, that took me a while to get this thing open, but I finally was able to get the package open. Let's get the bubble wrap out. It is a raw book. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's definitely a raw book, so I think this seller actually really did an awesome job packing this thing up. Not only what is wrapped inside the box, but it's got some major bubble wrap on it. So now let's work on the bubble wrap. All right, I finally got the bubble wrap off, and now we got a Gemini mailer, which I got to get this thing open. But now I'm not going to do the high speed, you know, stuff to kind of get through the video. Let's just open this bad boy up and take a look. So like I said, I've been talking about Golden Age books. Beginning of the year, I said to you guys that I think that's where the sweet spot is right now. A lot of silver and a lot of bronze have been coming down recently, taking some massive hits and stuff. But hey, like I always say, if you're a long-term holder, guys, a long-term collector, you don't need to worry. Just hang on to your books and they will go up again once everything kind of settles in, okay? Especially if you have some of the bigger keys out there. I think over the long term, they always go up. If you have some of the smaller ones, they might, you know, get some good pops here and there, but, you know, it remains to be seen how they're going to react. But either way, I think most of the keys out there will be just fine. So finally got it out of there, and believe it or not, there is more bubble wrap on this freaking thing, and maybe a little bit of a note, or maybe this is a receipt. Let's take a look. That's actually a little note. It says, "Hi Lawrence, thanks for your order and enjoy this comic." It's got the name of it, but I'm not going to read it. For your future reference, for buy it now items on eBay, I'm not able to give discounts selling on eBay owing to their increasing charges, but I can start at 10% off any comic in my eBay shop if you contact me at, and it leaves his email, because it's a little easy, right? It's a lot easier to buy stuff off of people who you trust. I know sometimes it's a little sketchy, but the guy did have 100% feedback, and I was comfortable, you know, able to pay outside of eBay. That's not always the case, guys, so be careful. Make sure if you're going to buy a book off of somebody who has an eBay profile and you're going to go outside of eBay, that you go ahead and read the reviews. You make sure they're selling like items. Like, so if you're buying comics, make sure they actually have comics for sale. I've been burnt years ago, like buying something off of somebody, and then I didn't look in their profile, and in the profile there was no other comics for sale. So make sure you're looking at that stuff before you do it. So there we go. I got 2 backing boards, nothing else. Now their comic is sandwiched in between 2 backing boards, so let's see if I can remove one of them and go from there. So this is the back one. Let's see if I can remove the front one. So this book, like I said, is low grade, keep that in mind. So I have to be very careful on taking this thing out, but he does have it in a bagging board. But wow, it is a low grade copy, but I am super stoked. It's in another bag too, which is great. So actually I'm going to leave it in here, but I was able to pick up a low copy of Superman #6. Now, as you guys can see, it's low grade. There's a little bit of a chunk missing. The cover is detached, okay? It is detached. We're missing a little piece right here, but other than that, this book could definitely use a cleaning. But again, when you're talking about something that's, you know, what is this book, 80 plus years old at this point, beggars can't be choosers. You guys know what I paid. I said it before. I'm just happy to have a nice looking Superman book in the collection. I'm okay that this book is, you know, not perfect. I knew going in that buying something this old was going to be an issue for me, because I did not want to spend a ton of money on a book like this. There are Superman 6s out there on eBay that went for more money, graded copies, but I decided to go with this one because I didn't want to fork over a ton of capital on this book. I know higher the grade is usually the better, but for me, just having this book in the collection is what I was looking to do. I'm going after something big right now, so I am keeping my money under wraps until I'm able to get that book. But for this one, I wanted a Superman book, a great cover, a classic cover. If you guys didn't know, I believe this book is when we have the first splash page ever in a comic. So it's a little bit of a key issue, not only just a great cover and a nice early Superman comic. So little tidbit for everyone out there who's interested in owning this book. My channel members know that I was going to buy this book, Superman #9 or Superman #11, all great yellow cover, golden age, classic Superman covers. I just so happened to choose this one because I felt that this price and this book was the right one for me, especially because it's a minor key as well with the whole splash page thing. I thought this one was a way to go. I didn't need to go out and get a, you know, a banger of a copy, a graded copy. I think this one will display nicely next to my Superman statue and just go from there. Like I said, anytime you can hold something of history, you guys know I'm a big history buff when it comes to these comic books. That's why I'm not a huge modern collector. If I want to read some modern, I think it's great, but I think the history is where the value is, and having something this old and sits early comic book is worth it for me, and that's why I wanted to add it to the collection. I'm going to go ahead and show you the back. Not terrible. Pretty good. It is complete. That's all I care about, right? It's a little bit of another missing chunk right here in the back. Probably a 0.5, but it's complete. It presents well, can probably use a press, but I don't even know if I'd go ahead and do that. But for $1,000 bucks, I thought it was worth it to have a nice early piece of Superman history. So that's it, all the way from the UK. I wanted to unbox this, guys, for you. And I get it. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, you gotta get to know what I'm looking for ahead of time. It won't always be golden age books. If I'm looking for something silver, I'll go ahead and tell you, hey, this is what I'm looking at this month. I'll give you price data, stuff like that. So consider it if you guys are interested. If not, that's totally fine. We're rolling on here at the channel, Mighty Comics and Collectibles. Like I said before, we're almost at 4,000 subs. I can't wait to give this statue away to one great community member out there. And I mean that. You guys are awesome. And I look forward to chatting with more of you. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.